All right, adventurers, welcome back to the Dangers and Dragons podcast. Every day we bring you another addictive story, an epic quest, crazy tales, and legendary adventures with unexpected twists and characters. If you enjoy the show, be sure to rate and follow so you don't miss out. Today we're going to be diving into a world teetering on the brink of change, where invention clashes with tradition and a young inventor's failing heart sets the stage. Joining me is Julia, our resident geek expert, who will help us navigate this world of steaming gears.
Hey everyone, glad to be here. I'm really looking forward to unpacking this story with you all.
So picture this, a brilliant young inventor named Elias. He's in a race against time, but not in the way you might think. His own heart is failing, and his only hope lies in his most controversial invention, a clockwork heart, a story about the cost of progress. And what happens when our creations redefine what it means to be human?
You know, it's fascinating how Elias's workshop is this testament to his genius. It's bursting with life, filled with all these crazy steam-powered inventions. But there's this underlying tension, this constant reminder of his mortality. Almost like you can hear his weak heart ticking in the background, adding this tragic layer to all this brilliant work.
It really makes you wonder, is he pushing himself to invent because he knows his time is limited?
I think so, absolutely. And that's where this old surgeon comes in, this wise, almost mystical figure. He diagnoses Elias's condition as incomplete. It's almost like he's suggesting that a piece of Elias is missing, and it's not something that medicine can fix. It's like a philosophical diagnosis.
So then the clockwork heart becomes more than just a medical device, right? It's like this metaphor for Elias trying to complete himself. It's like defy fate.
Exactly. And the transformation he undergoes after receiving the heart is mind-blowing. His strength, his thought processes, they're all amplified. It's as if he's experiencing the world on a whole new level.
But this merging of man and machine, that has to have consequences, right? It blurs the lines.
You're absolutely right. Elias's inventions begin to feel like extensions of himself, almost like they're becoming a part of his own body. And this is where the conflict with the Synod comes in. This is the city's ruling elite, right? And they see the clockwork heart as an abomination, like a violation of the natural order of things.
They represent tradition, then. They fear change, and Elias, with his clockwork heart, he is the embodiment of everything they're afraid of.
I think that's a great point. You can really see how Elias's story, it mirrors some of those real-world anxieties about technology. How technology is moving faster than our ability to understand its implications.
And their fear, it leads them to raid Elias's workshop. But what's interesting is that they're not after his inventions. They're after the heart itself. They want to rip out the very thing that's keeping him alive. It's almost symbolic of their desire to just eradicate progress altogether.
And this raid, this is like the turning point in the story. It forces Elias to fight back, but not as an inventor. It's as if he's like this cornered animal. He's using his inventions as weapons, and you see this fusion of flesh and machine becoming more and more literal.
So he becomes the very thing that they feared. He's the monster that they created.
It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, isn't it? Their fear and aggression turned him into something he wasn't before. He ends up escaping, but not as a victor. He's a fugitive now, in a city that sees him as an aberration.
He started as this hopeful inventor, just trying to cheat death, really, and I ended up a hardened warrior, just fighting to survive. That's a tragic fall from grace.
It really gets you thinking, doesn't it? What would you do if your life-saving invention turned you into a fugitive? Would you fight back? Would you try to hide?
This is heavy stuff. Elias's story is clearly like a cautionary tale. It reminds us that progress often comes at a price, and our creations can have unintended consequences. And for all of you adventurers out there listening, remember to tune in tomorrow for another thrilling tale here on the Dangers and Dragons podcast.